If you're tired of pre-washing fabrics and trying to figure out a better way to pre-shrink your fabrics before you start cutting into them while skipping the rinse and repeat washing and dryer cycle, then this video is for you. Hello, my name is Joanna, and in this video, I'm going to be talking all things shrinkage and how you can skip the whole wash, rinse, repeat cycle and get the shrinkage out of your fabric without needing to wash them. One of my very first job, actually my very first job when I graduated from fashion design school, was in this big, huge designing and manufacturing company. And my entry-level job was in quality assurance. Oh my gosh, did I ever think I had fallen down? And it was the worst job ever. In time, I realized that it wasn't the worst job ever. It was the best job I could have gotten because it had taught me everything I know about textiles and fabrics and how they perform. So what I learned very quickly in that job is the more man-made fiber in the garment, the lighter the fabric, the more inexpensive the fabric, the more actually trouble you had with shrinkage, with crocking, and with pilling, with all three. And the nicer the fabric, the nicer the fiber. A lot of them were natural fibers. The heavier the fabric, the more, there was oomph to the fabric, the less likely it was going to shrink, to pill, and to crock, which is the dye coming off. I learned very quickly that you do get what you pay for. So the more inexpensive the fabric, the more likely you're going to have trouble in the production of it. So I think most of the shrinkage that you will see in your fabrics is going to be in one of three things. So one, your fabric is very heavy on a stretchy fiber like spandex. So if you do expose spandex to a lot of heat, what you're actually doing is not pre-shrinking your fabric. What you might be doing if it's in the dryer on a hot cycle for a long time, what you're actually going to be doing is damaging the fiber, because spandex is a fiber that kind of coils, and that's what causes this to stretch. But what heat does is it causes that coil to really, really tighten on itself. And then when you start wearing your garment, instead of that coil sort of relaxing and stretching with time, that heat causes the coil to become quite brittle, and what your fiber actually does is starts breaking. So if any of you have had a very stretchy garment which you exposed to a high heat cycle, maybe in your dryer, and with time you've noticed your stretchy garment is actually getting bigger, that's because the fiber has been damaged. But I think most shrinkage occurs in the production side when the fabric is rolled onto bolts in the manufacturer. Then it's maybe shipped to distributors, and then it's unrolled and then rolled again, and then cut some more into either another smaller bolt, and then shipped eventually to a store where it's unrolled and rolled again onto store bolts. So all of that rolling and unrolling, it causes a lot of stretching out of the fabric as you're rolling tightly that fabric onto the bolt. And then once you get it off the bolt, you get it home and you hit it with water and heat, what happens is your fabric finally goes, oh, thank God, here I am back to my normal self. And that is what shrinkage is. So there is a quicker way to get all that relaxation shrinkage out, and I'm going to share it with you right now.
As you can see, the mighty iron can be your biggest ally when it comes to taking shrinkage out of your fabric. Crank it to high, fill it with lots of steam, and hover your iron just above your fabric. You're not pressing here, you are hovering. Once you are done, rest your fabric. In this experiment, I used two fabrics, one a knit, one just a regular weave. The 100% cotton fabric did not shrink at all. The red knit did 3 centimeters for every 1 meter of fabric. That's 3%. I hope you enjoyed this video, and do share it with somebody who is utterly obsessed with washing their fabrics. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.